In this video, we will talk about while loops, which is the second type of loops in Python. It differs from the for loop in that it is not tied to the looping through a specific iterable object. Usually, we use the while loop to perform some actions a certain, but most often unknown number of times. That is, flipping a book, for example, from the first page to the last one, it is the task for the for loop, and eating a large pizza is a task for a while loop. How to use it? I start with the while keyword. Then I have to specify the condition that evaluates to true or true itself. Then I put a colon, and after that, in the body of the while loop, I describe all the actions that need to be performed. The most basic example on this topic is incrementing a counter by 1. So let's create a counter variable that gets a 0 as the value. Then I'm starting an infinite while loop, and at each iteration of the loop I will increment the value of the counter by 1 and print it out. Let's print the counter first. It will print 0 and so on. And then let's increment the counter by 1, or the equivalent, more concise expression, this one, plus and equals. Plus at the first place, it means that firstly this expression will be evaluated, and then the result of this expression will be written to the counter variable. This more concise expression, something like this. So what's going on here? I created the count variable and assigned to it 0 as the value. Then I start an infinite loop that will run forever or until I interrupt the program execution with a Ctrl and C hotkey. And I print out the counter variable value. Then I increase the value of the counter variable by 1. So let's check it. I want to use the console, and I'm calling the main while py file. And if we go to bed now, then when we return, we will see that it is still working. Ctrl and C, keyboard interrupt, to interrupt its work. The essence of the while loop is that it will work as long as the condition that we set in its declaration right here will give true. Let's change this condition to counter that's less than 20. Let's run the script, and we can see that it printed out exactly 20 values from 0 to 19. And because under this condition the loop will run as long as the condition gives true. That is, until the counter is less than 20. When is while loop used? It is most often used when we don't know how many iterations needed. That is, in all sorts of programs that handle some lasting relationships. For example, in games. The main game loop that controls the processes of the game must be infinite. It should work until the user clicks the button and exits the game, or chat rooms, or processing streaming video or audio, etc. These processes are potentially infinite. If you do not want to get an infinite loop, then you need to either pass the appropriate condition to the declaration of the while loop, or provide a condition for interrupting the loop inside the body. So the break and continue statements here work the same way as in for loops. For example, this example can be rewritten as follows. Counter equals to 0, then while true, an infinite while loop. Then I want to print the count, and then I have to specify the condition that will check whether the counter is greater or equals to 20. If counter greater or equals to 20, then I want to break this infinite while loop. And let's run the code. And we can see 21 values. That's all for now. In the next video we will talk about file objects. If you like the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.